yesterday y'all did number 1, 6, 7, 8. Yes, okay. So we're going to finish this, and we're going to even start our new stuff because we are kind of getting behind. And again, you're going to want to, because the more I cover for the partner test, the less that you're going to have on your own in January. So.
That's crazy. It's December already.
I know. All right. 5, 2.
What's 15 plus 2?
Here we go. We factored some yesterday. And now we're going to go to, what did I tell y'all? We're going to start with numbers 4 and 5. Multiplicity. Okay. So if I want to find the multiplicity, I want to find, it's basically like how many multiples there are. So if I'm looking at, let me get us a problem up here. X to the, whoa, I'm too zoomed in. X to the 4th minus 2x to the 3rd minus 8x squared. Now, I'm looking to see what they have in common, okay? What all do these three things have in common?
X's.
X's. How many do they have in common? They actually have 2. Okay, how many? You're looking to see how many of those can I pull out or factor out. Well, I can factor out 2 of them, right, Keenan? So if I pull, I had asked you this one yesterday too, so I'm picking on you. If I pull 2 of them out, how many are left here? 2. So it's x squared minus 2. How many are left here? Just 1. And then we have a minus 8. Is everybody good with that? I pulled out an x squared. Now this can yet again be factored. It's like this was an extra step. So I'm going to write my x squared. Oh, in 2 parentheses. What were you saying?
I was going to say, is it the x and x?
Yeah, it is. So we put our x times x here. And now we look at, that's our first thing. Now we look at the negative 8 for the last things. What times what is negative 8? Bless you.
Negative 4 times 2.
Or 4, negative 2. I could make more of them. Does that add up to negative 2? It does. So I'm going to write a negative 4 and a positive 2. Okay, that's factored form. That's what we did yesterday. But now it's saying, hey, what are the zeros? Root solutions. What are the zeros? And what's their multiplicity? Okay, so let's list the zeros. This one is what? Anytime it's an x, it's 0. Okay? How many of those are there?
There are 2.
There's 2 of them. That's a multiplicity of 2. Why? Because that's actually an x and an x. There's 2 of them. So 0, and it has a multiplicity of 2. What's this one? The x minus 4. 4. There's only one of those. So a multiplicity of 1. And what would this root be? Or 0 be? What would make that go to 0? Negative 2. And there's only one of those. Does that make sense, y'all? That's really the only new thing. We actually did all that yesterday. This one was a little bit more difficult. But we have 2 of those. That's all it's saying. I'm going to do another. Okay, so this is like your number 4 and 5. But let me do one more. X to the, I don't know what I wanted to do. I'm looking for a good one. No. Okay, for some reason, I'll just put this up here. For some reason, they have these worked out already, like number 31. Okay, they already have those factored. So number 31, what would be your 0? That's this one right here.
4.
4, and how many are there?
2.
Multiplicity of 2.
Why wouldn't it be your x? Because they're just square.
What do you mean, why wouldn't it be your x?
Like, why would it be 4 instead of x?
Well, because your what makes that go to 0? A 0 means what makes that go to 0? 4 minus 4. Remember, you solve it. Or if you need to, set it equal to 0. X minus 4 equals 0. What do you get? You're trying to find your x. That makes it. So your answer is 4. And how many are there? 2 of them. Because it's written twice. That's what that is. It means there's 2 of those.
So the only time you do the 0 is if it's outside of the parentheses?
Yeah. The only time you would have, right here, number 28, you have 0 as an answer. How many of those are there? No, just one. Just one. How many ones are there?
3.
Multiplicity of 3. Are y'all understanding that? So that's all it means is how many of them are there. It's just your exponent, okay? So we get those 2. Go ahead and do those 2 problems on your worksheet.
20 or 4.
What? It's their back. Yeah, 4 and 5. So y'all should be done with the whole back page. I think all we have left is number 2. You're Xing out number 3, and I'll explain why in a second. But I still feel like I have something else to go over. Oh, I do. Today's is a short lesson, but I still have to go over number 2, and then I think we'll finish today's lesson. Good. Our goal is to at least get through.
On number 4, it would just
Factor out an.
it'd be 3, right? It'd be positive or negative 3.
Wait, I don't have a.
Or 4. It's x. to the
Did you factor out an x squared?
Mhm.
And then.
I got x squared and then in the parentheses negative 4x plus 3.
Yes, and then you're going to find factors of 3 that add to negative 4. So they both have to be negative.
Wait, so you got x
Factors of
squared.
3.
It would be 3 and 1. But they have to both be negative.
So once you factor out x squared, it's just the parentheses x squared plus.
Minus.
I'm sorry. X squared minus 4x plus 3.
That's correct. And then you got to factor again. With the little x squared part. Factor that.
Wait, how do you factor twice?
You just did this part, then you got to do this part. You have to.
Okay.
Do I have this right? Like after you do, like after you have the problem, you factor the first time x squared, and then in the parentheses is x squared minus 4x plus 3.
And then you have to factor again. That is correct so
How would I
far.
factor again?
What times what is 3?
3 times 1.
Does that add to 4? But it needs to add to negative 4, so they both have to be negative.
I don't get the multiplicity part. What does that mean?
How many of them are there? What's the exponent? When I factored out, how many x's are right here?
2.
So when I find my 0, which is 0, it has a multiplicity of 2. How many x minus 4s do I see up here?
1.
So I have an answer of 4 just that one time. How many x plus 2s do I have up here?
Okay.
I only have 1, so that's my multiplicity.
And you don't change the numbers to positive, right?
Change what to positive? Like, yeah, my answer here is 4. But you have to think why. Like y'all, hey y'all, look, don't be trying to think, oh, do you change it to negative or positive? It's asking you, what is the 0? What makes that
Plus-
go to 0? A positive
Plus
4
4 minus 2.
and a negative 2, and that one would just be 0. Okay, that's where those numbers are coming from.
So you make it positive?
Well,
Like,
only
if they're both negative, they're going to
both be positive, yes.
So what do you do the right answer for?
No, because -1 and -3 are not your zeros,
Oh, okay. So I just
right? 1 and 3.
Let me see. No. No. B.
Yep. Okay, I'm about to show y'all how to do number 2. Number 2, I do not see in the book for some reason, but number 2 is just time consuming. You have also done this before in a sense. Let me find one like it. It says, I'll do,
You just have to set it up, don't you?
hold on. I cannot find one like this. That is so weird. Okay, I'll make one up. All right, y'all, your 3 zeros are, if your zeros are 2, -2, and 3. These are my zeros. What would my equation look like?
X squared.
X minus 2, x plus 2,
X minus 3.
x minus 3.
Why would you have X squared?
Well, what's this 0? If I'm looking backwards, what's this one 0? +2. What's this one 0? -2. What's this one 0? 3. So you're working backwards. But they don't have that answer because they want it in standard form. Another hint, y'all, look up here. If I had it written like this, what you want to do to make this problem easier is if we have the same number, see how I mean, one's positive, one's negative, write them together. Does that make sense? Because when I go to FOIL this in a minute, it's going to make my life easier. Okay? So I want to write the x minus 2 next to the x plus 2. Okay? Now we FOIL twice. It's yuck. All right? Because this is not standard form. You don't have an answer written like this. It wants standard form. That means we do, what is FOIL? First, outer, inner, last. What is x times x?
X squared.
What is x times 2?
The 2x.
-2 times x. No 2x. See, that's why we wanted to write this next to each other. And what's -2 times 2?
Negative.
-4.
Where'd you get the negative?
X times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. Now I got to distribute my -2.
Sorry, I was.
Oh, it's okay. -2x and then -4. Now, what happens to 2x minus 2x?
It cancels out.
Cancels out. All right. So I have x squared minus 4 and an x minus 3. Still not standard form, so guess what I have to do? Again,
Foil.
FOIL. Okay? So x squared times x, x to the third. X squared times -3,
Negative 3x squared.
-4 times x,
Negative 4x.
and then -4 times -3.
12.
That is standard form. See how it's going in that order? Okay? So that one you just do FOIL method twice. Yay. Are we getting it? Kind of? Yes? No?
Is that all?
That's it. Yeah, I just wanted standard form. So you take your zeros, then you do the opposite. You make them, you put them in like a formula. X minus 2, x plus 2, x minus 3. And now you have to FOIL that out. Okay? I can always graph that, but that's not what it wanted. It wants my equation to look like standard
What do we
form.
do if it gives us 4?
We're not doing that one. We're going to skip that one. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're skipping number 3 because it's a lot. That's a lot of work. I'll give you all a few minutes and then we still have to move on.
Do I have time to work on number 5 and
Hmm?
do I have time to work on number 5 and number 2?
Probably.
Because I didn't finish.
Miss Amanda, if I'm doing a multiplicity
Mm-hmm.
and I have like 4x, what would the multiplicity of that be?
Just one. There's just one of them. But your 0 is 0, correct? But there's just one of them. Now, if it was 4x squared, there would be 2 of them.
I got negative 4x plus 4x. That'd just be x, right?
Negative 4x plus 4x, that's 0. Those are going to cancel out. Just like mine right here did. 2x minus 2x went away and I brought that down.
When in multiplicity, if it's 4x to the third, will I keep the 4 in front of that? I'm very confused on that one.
What number are you on?
Number 5.
I think you divide everything by 4.
Divide by what?
Yeah, pull out a 4 and an x.
Okay.
And so you're going to divide everything by 4 and x.
Then it'll be x to the third on the outside instead of x to the second.
Didn't you pull out one of the x's, a 4 and an x?
Oh, it could be second.
Yeah, so it should be x, sorry, x to the second. At the end of class, but y'all, that lesson was actually, that we just did, was supposed to be Monday's lesson. We are very behind. Okay, now, yes, it is Wednesday. Here we go. We have this equation. I think you're going to like these better. Well, it says f of x equals. We write y equals, but that's the same thing. We just need to get used to seeing that. And this question says, what are the relative max and relative min? Oh, crud. Yep. I was going to say, what do you do for that? You graph it, and then you find the max and min. Why do they use that word relative? Because it's not the actual max or min, because it keeps going up and down, okay? So is everybody good with me graphing it? I'll go to, my calculator's going to die on me, I know it is.
No, them things
It's-
like that for forever.
Well, it's been dead for days.
Mine's gone weeks.
Mine's gone 2 weeks.
I don't have one, so mine's been there.
Okay, here we go. Is everybody good with me typing that in? Just went to y equals. Now let's graph it. I don't know if it's all going to show up. Almost. Does everybody see how it went up and then down and back up? So I need to, you can press zoom out. I'm just going to make it go further up and further down. So maybe like, I don't know, negative 50. That's probably way too much. And 50. Oh, it wasn't too much. Okay, that one is fine, but I still need to go, does everybody see that? I still need to go up more. So let me change that bigger number. What do y'all think, 100? Please work. Yay, there it is. Okay.
Did you change y max to 100?
Yeah, I did my y max to 100 because that's how high I think I was going to go. And I did my y min to like 50. Now, It's a relative max because this right here is a maximum, but it actually keeps going up forever, right? What's the end behavior, y'all? Down and up. All right, that's something else we've learned. That'll be on the test. So, all right, let's find that max and let's find that min. Is everybody good with that?
Yes, ma'am.
So what do we press, Keenan? I know you're not used to a calculator, so it'd be good for you to know. Do you know what to press to find it?
Is it
Second
trace?
trace, and then let's find the maximum first. Which one's the maximum? The left or the right? Yeah, the one on the left. So I have to go to the left inner,
Inner, right, inner, and then
right inner, and back to the tip top. And you're right, it is your y value. When you said y. Oh, you can't see that. My max is 80. But if you want to, you can write it as an ordered pair if you're worried about, oh, what one do I write? It's negative 480. But that's the max. Negative 480. That's the relative max. Okay. Then
That's where the negative 4 now.
you don't have to write it. I mean, it just says the relative max is 80, and it says at x equals negative 4. Now what do we do to find the min? We press second trace, number 3, and we're going to come down here, and we're to the left, to the right, back. And what's my min? It is
Negative 28.
2, negative 28. Yes, and it's negative 28 would be my min. Is everybody good with that? We've done that before, right? We found a max and a min. Now, one more type of problem. So today's, huh?
Okay, my calculator keeps saying error.
So you've got 2 of those, all right? And then we have a problem that is a word problem.
Oh, I hate word problems.
Oh, they're not even that bad of word problems.
Miss Amanda, my calculator keeps.
Let me do one of them with y'all, and I'll let y'all do the other.
Do the right way.
Let's see. All right, let me find a problem that matches this one. I wish it would have it. I'll just show y'all. Let's look at number 1 real quick. I'm not doing it for you, but I want to show you. Guess what it gives you? It gives you this in y equals. Is it written weird? It is. That's not standard form, but you can still type that in your calculator, correct? I use X's, not H's. Everybody listening? You're going to graph it, and it says, what's the max volume? What do you think you're looking for? The maximum. And what's this weird thing? Why does it have between 0 and 10? Well, all that means is just find the maximum is between 0 and 10. That's all it means. So you're just looking for where it goes, that highest point. Does that make sense? You're going to type that in your calculator, and you're going to find the maximum. Remember, is it the X or the Y? The Y value. The Y value. Okay. I'll do number 2 with you.
Wait, what do you type? You type in the VH equals H.
Well, so this is Y equals. That's another way to write Y equals.
X.
So you're going to type in X parentheses X minus 10 parentheses X minus 8. You already know your roots are 0, 10, and 8. But you got to find your maximum this time. You're not trying to find your roots or your zeros. Does everybody know where I got 0, 10, and 8 from? But you got to read it. It wants the max. That's what you're looking for. Give me just a second. I'll pass these out. That's numbers 1, 3, and 4. Finding max and min or whatever. Okay? Then number 2 is harder, so I'll help y'all on that one. Okay? And y'all still have 15 minutes. I don't know. I'm hoping y'all can at least almost finish this. Which one of your 2 papers?
Abby's almost here.
Listen, time to get his paper.
The mom's behind you.
Huh?
See, the mom's behind you.
Hayden and Edward. I already gave Emma's. All right, I'm going to look at number 3. Y'all go ahead and get started. Let me write their names on here. I meant not number 3. I'm sorry. I'm doing number 2.
Abby picked me.
He did?
He played sitting with Ed last year.
Oh, do play.
Oh my gosh. I put Easton Edward. I wrote Hayden Easton. Oops. All right, let's see. I'm going to move this paper. Oh, how convenient. I have my answers right here. All right, it says, the design of a camera maximizes volume while keeping the sum of the dimensions at 4.5 inches. So I've the length. If the length must be 1.5 times the height,
1, 3, 4.
I've got height.
It's the isn't that the
No,
And what would my width be?
she's doing 2.
1, 2, 3, and 4?
No, 1, 3, and 4.
Oh.
Okay, this one's yuck, but we're gonna do this one together. If y'all are y'all on number 1 right now?
Oh, 3.
Oh, did y'all already do the others? Goodness gracious.
It's easier on your calculator can do it for you.
Okay, well, as soon as you're done with whatever one you're on, I'm gonna do number 2 because y'all are gonna hate it.
Will we get to practice more on there, or are they gonna be in there?
I think they were good with whatever day. I just got to tell them ahead of time. Okay, y'all, let me go ahead and do this one with y'all. What is volume? How do I find the volume of something? What's the formula?
Wait, times what?
Times height. Length, width, and height. Everybody understand that? Now, this is kind of gross because they don't give me a length, they don't give me a width, and they don't give me a height. They just give me some random information about them. What does it tell me that the length is? The length is 1.5 times h. So I'm going to write that down. 1.5 h. That's my length. Okay? So my height must be just h, right? So I'm still stuck with my width. I got to figure out what my width is going to be.
Wait.
So I've got my length and I've got my height. Huh?
Why'd you put another H?
Because that's my height. My height is obviously h. My length, it says, so we know we've got length and width and height. Well, my length is 1.5 times height. So I wrote that down. So if I'm using h, then what is my height? It's h. So I know that. I know I've got a height of h. I know I've got a length of 1.5 h. Now what do I have to find?
The width.
The width. I've got to find my third thing. Remember, this is looking like the parentheses, right? Like our 3 roots. So, is everybody good so far? Maybe? Huh?
Why would you write the H in there if it was on the outside also? Because both of them
It doesn't matter. Volume can be height times length times width. Volume could be...
But what I'm saying is, why is there 2 H's? Like, why'd you put one in the parentheses and on the outside of the parentheses?
I could put this one in its own parentheses if that looks better.
Why is there 2?
Because I have to use one variable. We can only have one variable. So once I have decided that my height is h, then that's got to represent my height right here. My length also has to use what letter? H, because I can't have x's, y's, and z's.
Yes, ma'am.
I can only have x's and y's, right?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the same thing. I can only have, so my formula, it says y equals in my calculator. I can only use one variable.
Yes, ma'am.
So it picked h. It told me 1.5 h.
So that's the first one's your length.
The length, and then
second
so
one's
my
your-
height, I'm just skipping my w. I'm moving it to the end because I don't know yet what it's going to be. But I know my height is h
Yes, ma'am.
because my length is 1.5 h.
So you do 1.5 times whatever length.
Like whatever the height is, yeah. Because it told me that. It says 1.5 times the height. There it is.
So you multiply the height twice in the problem.
I'm actually going to do it a third time. I'm about to do another one. Because you have a length, a width, and a height.
Well, I know, but like there's the 4.5 times the height, and then you have height, and then we have height
Yes,
again.
so right here, that's my length, that's my height. Now I'm about to put my width. And they all have to have what letter? H. So I'm just trying to get them all to have an H. So now, the last thing, I'm going to have to use this right here. That the sum of all of them, this is the hard one, is 4.5. Right? So I can take, does everybody understand that? I can take 4.5 and subtract these two. And that's going to be my third thing. Does everybody understand that? If I add three things, the length, the width, and the height, their sum is what? 4.5. Well, I already know my length and my height. Right? Right here. So I can do 4.5 minus, what is 1.5h and another h? How many is that?
2h.
2.5h. We don't get that? Okay, I'll just write it. 4.5 minus both of those. 1.5 minus 1. Okay, let me explain it again. Okay, so, no, that's fine. I'm trying, y'all. I know I said the word problems aren't that bad, but this one, I did tell y'all this one is. Okay, so, again, it says the length is 1.5h. So, I put that. Since I'm using h for height, what is height? H. It already chose that for me. Those two things I know. Now, then it tells me that, doesn't even tell me the width, but it tells me if I add up all three of these things, it would be 4.5. Does everybody see that? So, let me work backwards. Let me take my 4.5 and subtract the two things I know, right? Which are the 1.5h and what's the other one I know? H, 1h. So that's 4.5 minus, what's 1.5 minus 1? 2.5. That's really what's going to go right here in my parentheses. Guess what I can do with that though? I can type it in my calculator. Just like that in parentheses. You just have to know length. My height was the easy one. It's just height. It's just h. My width was the hard one. You have to have three things and they all have to have the same variable. If you use three variables, you're in 3 dimensions. We are not doing 3D things. We graph on 2D. You can only have two variables. The y and the h. Okay, we can't tie in another variable. Or else we're in 3 dimensions. You don't want to graph on 3. Not yet. Okay, so if you type that in, it says we're going to maximize the volume. So let me, I know it's, how am I on time? I'm getting close.
5, 6 minutes.
Okay. I've got, what do I have? 1.5h, or x, whatever, times x, times 4.5 minus 2.5x. You didn't have to put the minus 2.5. You could have put minus 1.5x minus x. Okay. And then I graph. Let me zoom 6. Okay. So what word is in here that's important? Like I got this whole graph. What word maximizes? We're going to find the max. So if I go to second trace, find the max, which is right here. Left, right, back. Okay, and what is it?
Can't see it.
Oh, you can't see that. Sorry. My y value is 3.24. So the sum of
I
the...
don't have one like this in the test, right?
Probably not. If the length, what should each dimension be? So for my, or I'm wondering, actually there it is. I'm supposed to use this. I guess on this one it wants me, at the max, I think it wants the x value because it wants the inches, okay? So that's why we're going to use the 1.2. Well, that's my h. That's the easy part.
So
Now my H is what? My H is 1.2. It's one of those. How do I find my length? 1.5
times 1.2.
times 1.2, which is, I'm guessing, is that
1.8.
1.8? Yeah, but okay. So it looks like that. And then obviously my width is going to be part A. No, I don't think there's one this hard on the test. Let's see. I think if anything, it's going to be more like the one above it, where you just like read through the word problem and you have to know to find the max or whatever. So yeah, that one was A. Yes, I know that one was tough.